At PVM, what we do changes lives.
You are now about to hear testimonials from residents who live in our villages. The first will be Mrs. Motowko Huthwaite. She lives, I believe, at the village of Westland, where Roger's mother lives. So, would you come forth and tell us about your story?
Good morning. My name is Motowko Huthwaite, and I've been a resident at the village of Westland for 3.5 years. It is my pleasure and privilege to have this opportunity to tell you how living here has transformed my life. Born in Boston 88 years ago to Japanese parents, I was raised in both the United States and Japan, and at the time of Pearl Harbor, I was a Japanese teenager in America, making me the enemy. So my father sent my mother, my brother, and me back to Japan until the war would be over. To my dismay, I was the enemy on both sides of World War II. My American clothing and my poor Japanese marked me as an American, the enemy again. I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. War is hell. But we survived. After the war was over, I was faced with the most difficult decision of my life. Do I keep my American or my Japanese citizenship? I could no longer be both. I chose to reinstate my American citizenship and return to the United States. I received a full scholarship and graduated from Radcliffe College in Massachusetts. And then I began my teaching career, both in Japan and in America. Many years later, Michigan became my home when I married the love of my life, Ernest Huthwaite, and began 26 years of the happiest time I ever knew. We lived in Pontiac, near here, and I became Grand Motowko to all his 6 grandchildren. Ernest passed away in 1997. I never shed a tear. I got down on my knees and thanked God for a wonderful marriage I had never expected. Now I had to face a new chapter of my life, alone. I was aware I was getting older. Living alone was getting harder. And in 2012, I fell 3 times, and I thought, I should no longer be living alone. It wasn't safe. My thoughts went reeling. How can I care for myself? Where else can I live? How badly and quickly will my quality of life diminish? What kind of planning do I need to do? I knew I had to do something, and trying to answer all these questions by myself was frustrating. So I reached out to 2 of my closest church friends for help. We visited 7 different retirement communities until we fell in love with one, the village of Westland. Friendly staff, warm and welcoming residents, and the sense of security convinced me that this was what I wanted to call home. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love living there, how much joy and enrichment it has given me. From the monthly birthday parties, to movie nights, to the New Year's Eve party at noon, because most of us old fogies can't stay up till midnight. Every day is a new adventure for me, and I most definitely feel that I belong. I enjoy the strength training classes where Faye Myers is my classmate, in the Wellness Center 3 days a week, to keep me agile for as long as I can. And last year, I started a biography writing project where I interview my fellow residents and write their biographies, which are published in the monthly newsletter. Outside of the village, I'm involved in many things. My alumni club, the Presbyterian Women, Michigan Stop the Nuclear Bomb campaign, a peace action group called the Raging Grannies. And last October, I had the crowning experience of my life. I was whisked away for a weekend in Washington, D.C. to receive the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian honor bestowed by the U.S. Congress, for my involvement with the Monuments Men. If you look on page 7, I have to make a correction. I was not a monuments woman in Europe. I was in Japan. The war was over, it was peace, and I was not courageous or did anything brave. I just walked up 6 flights of stairs to the Arts and Monuments Division, where I was a clerk typist. I was a teenager. I was the kid in the office. I did nothing brave, but I'm the only one that's still breathing. And that's the only reason I got the award. While I'm still very active, I know that I have a limited amount of time to be able to see, walk, and remember things. This may seem like the end of the world to some, but not for me. Did you know that PVM has a benevolence program available to residents in financial need? Such programs are very rare. And, if I can find the right page. No, I can't find the right page. Well, anyhow, they have a benevolence program that helps with people in need. And although I'm able to care for myself now, what if I live to be 100? And there are quite a few people that do. It's hard to imagine, but it brings me much comfort to know that I live in a place where caring for seniors is a priority. I have a sense of security that PVM and Westland have given me, the security that I can live here and be cared for as I grow more frail, that I won't have to do this on my own. I consider all of the residents my family, and even though I don't have much, it's one of the reasons the village of Westland is in my will. With my worries behind me, I can focus on the present and enjoy each day as it comes. I'm content where I am, and I have no fear for the future. I am more at peace than I have ever been, and I have PVM to thank for that. And as I tell all my family and all my friends, I am spending my golden years in a slice of heaven. Thank you.
Learn more at pvm.org or call 248-281-2020.